Places have a story to tell. It's about what's happened here, the people who laid the foundations, both the workers who placed the bricks and the people who donated the time and money to make it all happen. And most important, it's about the students who walked these halls and learned in these spaces to successfully venture forth in life. At Yavapai College, we want to honor the people who have made significant contributions to our community of learning, both financially and with their time and effort. And so we indelibly tie these people's names to this place of learning.
I'm so excited to see basketball coming back to Yavapai College. It made me so sad when they cut that program several years ago. And the fact that Dr. Ryan is bringing it back and Brad, the athletic director here, and the amount of work that the college is putting in to bring it back, it means the world to me as it does to all the athletes who played here. But I think more importantly, it's going to change the lives of young people who come and play here, just like it did me. And it's going to provide them an opportunity at a junior college that not very many athletes get, to be able to go straight to a four-year university. The benefit of a junior college and the ability to come and play here as a stepping stone to moving on, whether it's in school or with athletics. Yavapai College is really, this place is going to be hype when you get those basketball games back. And you can live those values that you have learned while playing sports and being challenged. And that's really what makes the difference in, I believe, in somebody's happiness.
Dad used to have the pasture here. He leased it from the federal government. He was going to try cattle up here on this pasture, but he was worried about them going downtown. So we had our horses here. So we'd come down here and get our horses loaded up, and then we'd go out to the ranch to use them. So I was here when it was just grass, knolls, and hills. So that was my memory as a young man. And then I got to go to school here. Back in 1970, in fact, the first year of this campus. My name's Harold Tenney. Actually, I'm Harold Orlando Tenney with the O on it, named after a couple of people that Mom and Dad really admired and when they were on a church mission in the United States. You know, as I reflect also additional thoughts about this library, it tells me a couple things. Is one, that the efforts that my dad did quietly behind the scenes was honored by people. They did see it. And he did that all through his life. What it's done for us as his children now, who are now our grandparents ourselves, is it gives us the opportunity to either replicate what he does or do differently. And he never said, oh, I want you to be a rancher, I want you to do this. He allowed us to explore what we like to do. But we were blessed, and we know that some people are able to thrive and survive and succeed on their own. I honor them. But I had additional opportunity, expectation due to my dad. And so education, this library, this college play an integral part in the Tenney family. I had the opportunity to bring my dad here. He was in his advanced age when it was named after him. My mom had passed away. And he was looking at it as we drove by, and he just kind of chuckled. And I says, what are you laughing about? And he said, I love the design with the barn sheets on the side. He said, it makes me feel like at my barn. Then he commented, but there's no barn that looks like this one. He said, but he was real honored. And so he you know, I will say he was cognizant. He knew exactly what was going on, and he just was in awe.
You know, when I hired Patty, I was on the hiring committee, we had famous Sedona type artists that would come in and they would just show their art, and they wanted to be a faculty member here. But her background was actually in education. And I took a lot of classes from her as well. And I was very reticent to even touch a paintbrush or a pencil to a piece of paper or canvas. And she would take my hand and push it forward and just say, "Just do it, Barb," which she said about a lot of things in life. But no, she would take students like myself that had no artistic talent, and all the way through students that had maybe even a greater talent than hers. And she was very individual with her students, and I learned a lot from her. Patty was a very, very generous spirit, and she donated to the foundation quite a bit. And then Patty's mother, Dorothy McMullen, continued that. And for Verde Valley art students, I'm proud of her, of course, but I'm also very proud of the college that they decided to honor her this way. We were given a great 20 years of a career here. The woman could laugh like you can't even imagine, and make me laugh until I was crying. And I got to be friends with her entire family, her son and her mom and her sister and nieces and nephews. And so I was very privileged to have her as a very, very dear friend.
The story of Yavapai College and the spaces within it is still being written. Every time a student takes a seat in the classroom, every time a student picks up a tool, every time a student steps onto the stage, they are transformed. There are buildings, labs, studios, and classrooms at YC locations throughout Yavapai County waiting to be named, with promising futures yet to happen in them and countless lives to enrich.
There's so much more that happens behind a production than what you see on stage. Okay, welcome to the Performing Arts Department. We offer a variety of music classes and theater classes, dance classes, everything in the performing arts. So these are some of the spaces we rehearse in. This room here is a band room for instrumental, if you want to come on in. We would rehearse many of our musicals in here. And this room was the room I first sang in front of people in. A terrifying experience for sure, but here started my performing arts journey. So this is a very special room. Follow me, I'll show you more. This is our costume shop. And this is where the magic of dressing everybody happens. So as you can see, everyone is hard at work making costumes for It's a Wonderful Life, for Chicago, for Hello Dolly, and they just do a really great job of making us look good on stage. So thanks, guys. Bye. A really wonderful thing we have here at Yavapai College are our practice rooms. We are given practice rooms to rehearse for hours and hours upon end. Anything we need, instrumental, piano, voice, to perfect our craft. So it's really wonderful that we have a space to rehearse and to practice where a lot of other college and institutions don't have this luxury. I feel stunning and entrancing, feel like running and dancing for joy, for I'm loved by a pretty, wonderful boy. You know, there's a saying that in music, life without music would be flat. And I truly can relate that to my experience at Yavapai College. I think my life, if I did not come to Yavapai College, would truly be flat. It would be boring. I think that immersing myself in the performing arts has brought new color and beauty and excitement that I never realized would have come into my life without it. And It helped me discover new passions that I don't think I would ever come to have realized without it. There was a gentleman that came here from New York and told us, you don't know how lucky you are to be performing on a stage like this.
You know, our community has a lot of people who want to do a lot of incredible things and don't often feel like they have the opportunities to do those without leaving the Verde Valley or, Prescott. And to have an incredible nursing program, and make no mistake, this is an incredible nursing program available in our community so that we can have new nursing staff come out. And I mean, that's just one small thing that Yavapai College is doing, right? To have that available in our community means that people have more opportunities. And someone like me, who was afraid to enter into that, felt more comfortable because I knew Yavapai College and they were part of my community. This facility is absolutely phenomenal. When I walked in, I just am blown away at how beautiful it is, and the technology that I can see in this lab here is somewhat similar to what I experienced at Yavapai College in Prescott. We did have a sim lab similar to this. We didn't have the child, but we did have the adult, and I remember that being such a tremendous experience for us. Interestingly enough, related to further education for me, Yavapai College was one of the most challenging and rewarding programs I've done through all the degrees, BSN and master's degrees, because I learned so much. It was so immersive. There was nothing like it after moving on to the advanced degrees that I did. So in that way, Yavapai College really set me up for success. When I came to Yavapai College, I was a single mom. I was an adult, I had a full-time job, and the idea of going to college was extremely overwhelming. The idea of doing that with a 5-year-old child was something I couldn't even imagine. And Yavapai College was well known to me. My parents went to Yavapai College. I knew it was in my community. I felt really comfortable here. And I had gone before because I had a lot of the prereqs that I had been working on for years. And so all of that made it possible for me to actually make that first step and to be where I am today, to be working on a master's degree that I never thought would be possible. And it was an incredible experience.
My name is Donovan Cunningham. I'm going after my residential electrician certificate. So before I came to Yavapai College, actually since my senior year of high school, I was a restaurant worker. My favorite class is definitely basic carpentry with Aaron Rodriguez. You can really tell where his heart's at, and that actually transfers so much to the students. Because there were people in the beginning of the class, at the beginning of the semester, you could tell they weren't too sure about themselves. But his encouragement, his optimism, and everything he's taught us and done for us throughout the duration of this semester has really instilled, I wouldn't say a passion, but people being comfortable and confident about what they're doing. The building is awesome. It's got air hoses, it's got power all over, so no matter what room you're in, you're able to use the tools that you need, whether it's saws or air guns or whatever it is. It's awesome. Like they said when we were signing up for these classes, it's a state-of-the-art facility, and you go, okay, yeah, they just put 4 walls and a roof on a place, but it's really nice. There's a lot of room to work, and we're really appreciative of what's going on here. So I already have a job with Captain Morgan Construction. Having these classes as a foundation to get into that field is really helped because the job I did this week is exactly something that we did in carpentry. So I'm able to not only go in there and show that I'm able to do it, but I'm able to back up the fact that I'm worth as much as I am. Like our professors will always say, if you're in this trade, you will always have work to do and you will never be without it unless you want to be. So knowing that, I always have that to be able to provide for my wife and my 2 kids, and whatever happens from here on out, I'm able to provide for them. here I am doing something that I'm really enjoying.
You can become an enduring part of these stories. To leave your mark on Yavapai College's life-transforming places, reach out to the Yavapai College Foundation today.